we're now going to be having a look at the code behind our one-page website, and really 3 technologies that are the cornerstone of our modern World Wide Web. Those technologies being HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML is a markup language, and that's what the ML stands for, used to create and structure content for the web. CSS is really what I like to call the interior designer for HTML. It is a style sheet language and it makes everything look really good, or not, depending on the CSS being used. It describes how the document is presented. Finally, JavaScript, which is sometimes shortened to JS, is a programming language, and many websites use JavaScript to enable some interactivity on a website. For example, the ability to click buttons and for information to be sent backwards and forwards, and sometimes even incorporating third-party libraries. We're going to be writing all of this code in something called an IDE, or an integrated development environment. Now over here, the IDE I'm specifically using is Visual Studio Code. It's a Microsoft IDE and it's available for free from the Microsoft website. This is the environment in which we're going to be writing our code. And there's what our code looks like. This is what it looks like in a one-page HTML file, and we're going to be going through each line of code in this course. IDEs make code easier to read and write. You can see that my code is nicely color-coded, and all of those colors mean something different and help me interpret my code and see what I'm doing. It also has inline or real-time error checking, which tells me as soon as I've made an error and allows me to correct it. So how does CSS, HTML, and JavaScript come together? Well, HTML is used to create the structure of the website. It's a markup language and allows us to define different sections, like different paragraphs and headings. You can think of HTML as the skeleton, and it also provides some of the text content. CSS is used to style the website, add color, tell you what color the buttons should be. You can use it to control font size, font type, and color, and layout of the page. JavaScript allows us to add all of that interactivity to the website. It will allow us to call the OpenAI API, send the input to the OpenAI API, and return some output. So, this is the way I view it, and this is probably not technically sound. I view JavaScript as all the workings. It's what calls the API, it receives the reply, and it passes the reply to the HTML to display to the user. The CSS enables the separation of the content and presentation, and includes things like the layout of the website, colors and fonts. And the HTML really brings it all together, displays the content to the user, and that is the website that you interact with. It's .html, that is the type of the file. So by combining these 3 technologies, you can create a fully functional and visually appealing website. HTML provides the structure, CSS provides all the style, and JavaScript adds the interactivity and the ability to call, send information to an API and return information from the API.